I'm out of breath. Wow. That's all I gotta say, man. What a takeover. Zach Attack is here at my NXT Takeover Chicago 2 review for Saturday, June 16th, 2018 from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Despite the mistake on shirts, I saw like people posting on Twitter that the event shirt said it was at United Center, but wrong Chicago venue. NXT takeovers have been the flagship shows now. The pay-per-views, I mean, roster been like, especially when you go up against NXT night before. NXT always steals the show. This, my friends, was absolutely no fucking exception. Coming up, an excellent takeover Nolans. They knew they had a lot to top. And boy, did they deliver. The two opening matches were really good. The two matches in the middle, the individual title matches that were on the line and not the NA title, were good. But then, that main event. Holy shit. Last year, at Chicago Takeover 1, we had a match of the year candidate with Tyler Bate against Pete Dunne for the UK title. Once again, this Chicago Takeover has another match of the year candidate. And we thought these two's dramatic, dangerous rivalry hit its peak in Nolans. This just fucking topped it. I think everyone thought that Gargano Ciampa 2 would no way top the match in Nolans. Well, Chicago, it did. And with that, 7.5 out of 10 for this event. If the two other time matches were a lot more decent, maybe it would have been an 8.0. But I'm giving it 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. Great takeover. And we say it every time. But once again, main roster. How in the hell are you going to top this? How No chance in hell, guys. Good luck with your ladders tomorrow. Let's get to it. Our opening match was for the NXT Tag Team Championships as the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong with Adam Cole at ringside took on Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch, a Cinderella team who got a non-title win over the tag champs, and now they're facing each other up in this match with the tag titles. It was sad to see Adam Cole not wrestle tonight. There was a lot of rumors about him wrestling Pete Dunne. But I think because we got the Royal Albert Hall this week, they're taping the UK Championship Tournament 2 this week, which Undisputed Era is on that card too. But still, they wrestled. But at least we get to see Adam Cole tonight, even though he didn't wrestle. You know, like I said, we were cool to see him with Dunne, but Dunne had a good match against Kyle O'Reilly last week on NXT TV. In this match, I thought, okay, this will be a good match. And I thought Dream and Velveteen would be the show stealer. I was kind of wrong. This was a good show stealer. It was up there with Dream and Ricochet's show stealer. Hard-hitting, exciting, and the fans were pro Undisputed Era from the get-go. You know, because they love the cool heels. And they were booing Lorcan and Burch. Like, they like them, but they just love Undisputed more. The crowd flipped at this match. Great effort from both teams. Burch and Lorcan, they've been teaming for a few months, and they were just on fire tonight. Great double team moves. There were some really good spots in this match. Some scary bumps. There was one point, Oney, Lorcan, and Danny did a lot, like I said, double team maneuvers. They were going for a double team maneuver. Oney was on the top of the rope. And he got nailed. He got pushed off by one of the members of Undisputed Era, and he landed back first against the apron. Nasty bump he took there. Nasty bump of Oney. Probably one of the nastiest bumps of the night. That was until our main event. We saw a lot of bumps. Holy shit. But, and we had very close calls. We had more double teaming, successful double teamings. We had a very close call. And Adam Cole, we should have known he was going to get involved somehow. During one of the pinning predicaments, he pulled Kyle O'Reilly off to the rope, pulling him out of the ring. Referee threw out Adam Cole, and that was a good call, you know, it was interfering. But the fans, who were, like I said, pro Undisputed, were not happy about Adam Cole being thrown out. Chanting, bullshit, bullshit. Good tonight, by the way, in Chicago. They were good. We're in Chicago, so it's like Chicago crowds are always good. So then after we got the kick out from Adam Cole, there was some other good spots. We had the double submission spots. Both Undisputed Era members were put in submissions by Oney, Lorcan, and Danny Burch. That was a great spot. And I also loved when all 4 guys were just slinging at each other. And this match was better than anyone expected. It was hard-hitting. It was exciting. And then the ending came when the double team finished the auto elimination from Stronger Than Wild into Oney, Lorcan in the victory. For the Undisputed Era, we ended the championships. I kind of knew that. Like, I love Oney, Lorcan, and Burch. But, you know, I think they'll be champions one day. But we saw what happened to DIY. You know, they had to take multiple opportunities to get the championship. Oney and Burch is kind of like the new DIY. The underdog team, the lovable losers. They lose a lot, but when they win, the fans love it. And the fans applauded these two after the match. You know, like I said, they're booing them earlier, but they applauded them after the match for standing O. 4.3 for this. Actually, give 4.0. No, 4.4. 4.4. Very hard-hitting. Very exciting opener. Second takeover to Whoa. That the opening match was really good. Not as good as the ladder match. That was the opening match of last takeover. But really good, really strong opener. Better than what anyone was expecting on these two teams. Like with all games, it was a good match, but man, really strong opener. Oney and Danny Burch just made themselves tonight. They were a good team, but now they become a great team by their effort, losing effort, but they looked amazing in that match tonight. Really good showing. They'll be champs one day, but for now, it's all about, I can't do the Undisputed Era, the thing. But I can do this. Adam Cole, baby! Hope they book him and take over Brooklyn 4. So now on to a match that a lot of people are looking forward to besides our main event. A very different match. Kind of a showy match. But a good showy match. Involving the Velveteen Dream. I loved his outfit tonight. I saw the shirt that said Dream Still Rules and it hit me at first. And then I saw the red and yellow. I'm like, oh, paying homage to Hulk Hogan. It's kind of weird. And they had the promo, by the way, of course, him against Ricochet. They had a great video promo. Ricochet talking about like Velveteen Dream had these opportunities handed to him because he was untough enough, a loser. And Velveteen Dream's like, I don't remember that. Velveteen Dream wasn't in it. Patrick Clark was in it. And the two completely different people. But if Velveteen Dream doesn't remember tough enough, he did kind of slightly remember because he was paying homage to a judge on Tough Enough. Hulk Hogan and the boas and everything. I loved it. And I like Ricochet's outfit too. And the match was good. You know, very different match than the last match. It was kind of showy. There was some really good spots. A couple fly moves. Velveteen flew. And of course, a couple mind games. Including both guys exchanging each other's finishers. Velveteen did kind of a splash a la Ricochet. And then Ricochet did the Rainmaker elbow. The Purple Rainmaker. Into the pose and everything. So there were some mind games there. Other good spots. I did like the Velveteen Dream doing the Rude Awakening. He was setting him up like the Rude Awakening. He did the hip swivel too. Paying homage to Rick Rude with the Rude Awakening. So they called it a neck breaker. That's why we needed Mo and Al tonight. Mo and Al was not on the card. I like you 205 Live announced team because we had Vic George filling in for Mo because he was doing Showtime. But they called it a neck breaker. That's a Rude Awakening, idiots. Slap you for that. You just made a list. Anyway, then near towards the finish. And it was a very grueling match too. Wasn't as hard hitting as the last match, but it needed me just showing, spotty, and the crowd was into it too. And it told a good story. Very, very great psychology. And the endings came when both guys were going for fly moves, but their opponents were halfway across the ring. Ricochet trying to go for his backward splash with Velveteen on the other side. But then Velveteen tried to he blocked the splash with his knees. And then Velveteen was going for the Rainmaker elbow off the top rope, and Ricochet was across the ring. Then Ricochet got out of the way, and Velveteen crashed and burned on his elbow. And then Ricochet got back up, did his 630, splash into 1, 2, 3 victory for Ricochet. Also, he mentioned there were some great Death Valley bombs. Velveteen did one up the top rope. That was an awesome spot. And then he did it later on the ground. I think Ricochet did one too. So, very fun match. 4.0. Not as good as the first match. I thought this match was going to be the show stealer. It was, but the tag team title match coming before this kind of took the steam off this one. Like, it was already, this is a very anticipated match. But the tag team match going on before it, they were in a kind of a tough spot. Speaking of tough spots, the next 2 matches being tough spots. Because the first 2 matches were really good and the crowd was hot. So it's going to be up to top of them. And we had 4 ages competitors in 2 separate title matches wincing, saying, oh fuck, what can we do? But at least you tried. Let's kick off with the NXT Women's title match as Shayna Baszler, who got booed out the building, was defending against Nikki Cross. This was a very, let's say this, entertaining match. It didn't need to be a 5-star technical masterpiece. It didn't need to be crazy Nikki Cross. Like, Nikki was crazy. Doing her Nikki Cross moves. You know. There was I think she did a cool spot on the outside. Neck breaker up off the apron. And Nikki's facial expressions were amazing in this match. Like, this Nikki, you know. Oh, Nikki, she's so fine. She's so crazy all the time. She's Nikki. She's Nikki. Then Shayna is improving a lot as a wrestler. Really coming into her own. Mixing in MMA and doing wrestling with it too. And she looked good here against Nikki. With the technical game. Submission specialist. Trying to put her as many submissions in the match. But Nikki came alive with some big moves. Including a reverse DDT. I think that was the spot I was before. The DDT on the apron. That was a cool spot. Like, there were some big bumps in this match. They took some big bumps. On the apron, on the outside. Including Handman's naked back up the top turnbuckle. That was a cool spot too. But then the ending came when Nikki Cross got locked into a submission hold by Shayna Baszler. A Kurafita clutch. Nikki was trying to fight out of it. She tried so hard to get out of it. And the last shot, right before the ending of the match, very interesting spot, a very interesting shot. As Nikki was about to fade away, she smiled. Like, she was like smiling as she was trying to get out of it. And then after that smile, she just passed out and the referee stopped the match. So, kind of a neat finish. You know, with Nikki passing out, not tapping out, but at least it protects Nikki. Maybe getting her a rematch at Brooklyn because she never tapped out. It'll give fans more sympathy for her because the fans were booing, not only booing the fact that Shayna won, but also booing the fact that the ending was epic. Even if the crowd was kind of distracted because we did hear some, I think there was some beach balls involved. I thought they got rid of them. Anyway, because there was some chanting in the middle of the match with the fans booing and cheering, and I think it was beach ball chant. Like, I was trying to hear the chants, and I think it was beach ball again. So, dang it. Save the beach balls for gender and woman ball. Especially if they're the main event. Fuck us all. Anyway. 3.3. Like I said, entertaining match. Entertaining women's title match. You know, it was a good palate cleanser. Especially coming up those 2 excellent opening matches. So we needed a palate cleanser. And this was it. Any other one was kind of a palate cleanser too. Especially before our tremendous main event. Which we needed all the energy for. So, I think it looked good, and I think this is going to be precedent for her getting another match at Brooklyn because she never tapped out. She'd be like, I never tapped out. I passed out. Also, loved Shayna's gear. Kind of pale. It was kind of like Prince Puma-ish with the red and yellow colors there. like everyone's like red and yellow today. Like Shayna was red and yellow, and so was Velveteen. So there you go. Now on to our co-main event. And before that, we saw shots of people in the crowd. Like Kairi Sane was there to she didn't wrestle. So EC3 and Keith Lee was at ringside. A lot of rumors about him going to WWE. If you haven't seen Keith Lee, he's good. He's a big guy, but he's an athletic big guy. He was in Ring of Honor for like a bit with Shane Taylor before heading off to Evolve. And he was impressive in Ring of Honor. Like, he was good. I was impressed by him. And I'm looking forward to seeing if he goes to WWE, which, like I said, there's a lot of rumors about that. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. So, there you go. Now on to that co-main event. The NXT Championship. I kind of feel for Alister. You know, he's NXT Champion. Yeah, he's not able to main event yet because he's got to co-main event against a hot feud that deserves every main event it gets. Alister Black against Lars Sullivan. Good match. You know, I kind of those up really. But Lars, from what I saw of the match, Lars tried to be, of course, the goon. My dad likes him. My dad always likes people that some people like to hate. Like, he's a Jinder Mahal fan. Probably one of only 5 people that like Jinder Mahal. Probably one of only 5 people that's going to cheer Jinder tomorrow. Because they're going to boot both guys, Jinder and Woman, at the Money in the Bank baby. Hope to God it's not the main event. We already had one shitty main event with Woman this year. Actually, 2. 2 in a row. If you don't count the Greatest Royal Rumble. And I hope he does the main event, the Super Showdown in Melbourne. That was just announced today. But we're going to get Taker and Triple H. Taker needs to stay retired, please. I love Taker, but Taker's becoming the BJ Penn of wrestling. Doesn't know when it's time to quit. Never say die, but he needs to stop and don't let himself become more of the BJ Penn and Chuck Liddell of wrestling when these old guys just doesn't know when to quit. So, there's that. So, like I said, back to this match. Lars was good, though. You know, doing his good thing. Blocking. He was the only guy to kind of caught the knee strike of Alister Black and Black Mass. And you saw many attempts at that, and Lars would block it every single time. You know, and they were teasing it, too. You know, I think that was good teasing. You know, like, everyone knew that Black Mass was going to get put on eventually, but until that definitive Black Mass, you saw the blocking, and the fans were kind of into it, kind of waiting for that Black Mass to finally strike. You know, teasing the fans like, hey, he's gonna nail it, but we're gonna hype it up for him. And there was a brawling on the outside, and then the end of the match came when Black would finally nail the Black Mass. Not 1 but 2 Black Masses. Those were enough to take down the big goon known as Lars Sullivan in the victory for Alister Black, retaining his NXT Championship. 3.2 for this one. From what I saw of it, was decent. You know what I mean? Alister had to work hard to get a good match with Lars Sullivan. So who's next for Alister Black? Logically, it could be EC3. You know, EC3 is hot right now. Even though he wasn't on the show tonight, which I hope they were rendered their mistake and make up for it by having him booked in Brooklyn. Same with Adam Cole. He wasn't booked tonight either, as I mentioned, in the match. They were both in the pre-show panel. So, there you go. So, I think it could be EC3. And I mentioned what I think should happen to the women's title situation. Nikki Cross should get another match, especially if they're not putting Sanity on the main roster. It's like sad that Vince doesn't care about tag team on the main roster, yet on the NXT tag team being treated very seriously, especially in an opening match. This is what happens when Triple H runs things. When Vince runs things, they gotta put Triple H on head creative main roster before they head off to Fox next year. So, damn. So that's what. So back to my thing. I think Nikki Cross will get another match because she didn't tap out; she passed out. So, we'll see how both title pictures look like by time we get to Brooklyn. Now, got to get deep breath for this one. We all got deep breath for this one. Now, time for a main event. Not only was this the match of the night, M-O-T-Y in a Chicago street fight. It was Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, against the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. Now, originally, I heard it was supposed to be a last man standing match, but since they were doing one with AJ Nakamura tomorrow, they changed it to a street fight. White decision. I said in my Nolan's review that my only nitpick of their match in Nolan's was not as many weapon spots. And I knew when this match was named, there were going to be a lot of weapon spots. Boy, oh boy. Where do I begin with this match? Wow. We thought there was no way they were going to top their match in Knowledge. It was perfectly done, perfectly executed. This match is fucking topped it. Ciampa got booed out the building as expected. Johnny came out first. He came backstage with Candice LeRae giving Johnny a crutch and saying, kick his ass. There was a lot of people, including myself, thinking that Candice would get involved in the match. Spoiler alert, she was never involved. Which was kind of a good thing. Especially seeing how the match went. Both guys came out with crutches. Ciampa came out. I love this outfit. Love his pants. Camo crutch. And his shirt. Like his little tank top. Man, that was a great killer design. Pun the pun. And Johnny came down. Well, Johnny came out first, but then Ciampa came running down. They both collided with the crutches. And the fast and furious pace was start. They were ball on the outside. Nobody was safe. Even the announcers weren't safe. Ciampa got thrown over the announce table, knocking down the announcers. Nigel got hit hard in that spot. He got big bump as Ciampa nailed into Nigel. And then he balled to the outside. And a funny spot when he balled into the fans, there was this fan with a sign. Use my sign. Was he a Planet fan? Or was he a legit fan? Ciampa took the sign. He almost whipped it off. And then Johnny took it and nailed him. It was a stop sign. Good old ECW tactic. And that's why we heard ECW chants. Because that's kind of an ECW thing. Fan make a sign. Wrestler takes sign and nails somebody with it. So that's why it's ECW chants. And then, after the initial fury, Ciampa would come back alive with his big moves. And there were some scary fucking bumps. There's too many to name. The side slam from the apron to the steel steps. Damn. That was scary. Yeah. Air raid crash on the wing steps. Damn, that was scary. And then there was the trash can spots. And it was just action-packed, exciting. There's like too many spots to name. Like I said, there's so many, and I'm going to name my favorites. The trash can spots were cool. Including when Gargano kicked the hell out of Ciampa with the trash can on the lid. And we saw handcuffs being teased by Ciampa to be used on Gargano as he was beating him up in the middle of the match. Of course, those handcuffs would, spoiler, come back into play later on. And then another spot was Gargano whipping his belt off, and he whipped the shit out of Ciampa. Probably some big welts on his back. And he even put the belt around his hand and nailed him with it. And then getting up the trash can spots. And then another scary steel step spot besides the airway crash on the apron to the steps was Ciampa putting a chair on the neck of Gargano and nailing him neck first. He got his neck injured in an attack. So he was exposing the neck big time, talking the neck to Ciampa. Nailed Gargano onto the steel steps with the chair attached. That was scary. And then he also put his head on the middle step and threw a trash can at him against the steel steps. That was a genius, scary spot as well. And then there was another scary thing was Ciampa put out a toolbox with some bowl cutters. And he was cutting the ring canvas. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? He exposed the ring canvas. He took the black covering off, exposing the foam. Then he whipped up the foam, exposed pure canvas wood. So, of course, we would see that come to play a little later. And he was setting up for the air raid crash, and he even did a Mike Tyson and bit Gargano's ear. And then Gargano would come back with a sunset bomb. And then, man, it was also like super kick. It was a super kick party that Gargano super kicking out a Ciampa at one point in the match. It's not like one company. And then, I love this spot as well. Gargano had the trash can lid, and Ciampa was coming at him at the same time with the crutch. They both nailed each other with the weapons, and Gargano basically just fell on top of Ciampa for a pin. That was another good little clever spot. And this both guys were just tearing each other apart. You know, we even had Ciampa trying to put Gargano into his own submission move. And Ciampa was grabbing his crutch and his knee brace. And there was a couple callbacks to a couple spots. We saw in Nolan's, Johnny was going to nail Ciampa with the crutch, but he resisted. So that same kind of spot tonight, Ciampa took the crutch. He didn't resist. He didn't hesitate. He nailed Ciampa with it. Ciampa nailed Gargano with the crutch. And then came the best spot of the match. We were in the same building as Ciampa, that Ciampa turned on Gargano a year before. We had the exact same ending of last year. Ciampa carrying a prone Gargano to the back. Same way he was carried out after their ladder match against the Authors of Pain last year. And in other last year, Gargano would be nailed against the LED screen by Ciampa. And then Ciampa was ready to deliver the air raid crash again, like he did at Gargano on the outside, but this time he was going to do it on top of equipment. And then came the fuck you heel move of the night. As he was about to damage on Gargano, he whipped Gargano's ready band off, spat at it, and threw it away. What a freaking heel. Wow. That was like one of the heeliest things I've ever seen. Pure heel. Ciampa's like one of the best heels. And he just amplified his heelness by doing that genius spot to Gargano's wing. But then Gargano got back up. And then he would nail the air raid crash on Ciampa on top of this container onto two tables. Holy shit. Holy shit. And then continue the callback to Chicago. In the promo package, Gargano was like, last year, I was rolled down in a stretcher. This year, it'll be Gargano. Former friend, Ciampa. That's exactly what happened. We saw Ciampa get put on the stretcher as Gargano was sitting on this top of this equipment. These crates. Just sitting there motionless. Kind of like the same way Ciampa did when he turned on Gargano last year and did the same thing to him on the tables last year. Great callback. Great callback segment. And then as Ciampa was being rolled out, Johnny looked at his hand, looked at what Ciampa did, took his ready bang off, and then he got angry again, and Johnny lost it. He got off the banister, he got off the crates, ran off to the staging area, and got Gargano, rolled Ciampa back to the ring. Neck brace was still on Ciampa's neck, and the Gargano escape was on, and the referee had not come back yet. And I thought, is me no contest? You know what I mean? Because Ciampa was tapping out of the Gargano escape, but he was not legally tapping because we had no referee. We had like a bunch of images coming out. Gargano beat up on them all. And then the handcuffs would come back into play as Ciampa would be handcuffed. And we put back in the Ciampa escape as a bunch of people was trying to get Gargano off of him. And then the officials got Ciampa to safekeeping and pulled Gargano on top of him. And like I said, Gargano was beating up on everybody. And he was coming back in. And as he was trying to get back in the ring by the exposed canvas wood. And then Ciampa got back up still handcuffed, mind you, did a middle of DDT on Gargano onto the exposed canvas, and then the referee was back in, and it was a hesitant one to count. 1, 2, 3. What a finish! Ciampa snuck it out. He was getting his ass kicked in the match, especially if he put it against an escape despite the referee not seeing it. And then when the referee got back in, Ciampa still won. He chipped it out. Got a cheap last-minute move, the middle of DDT, and the crowd was in stunned silence. The finish was nailed perfectly. A shocking, unexpected finish. Mwah! Like, I think I said this in my Raw review, that I predicted that Ciampa was going to win and have a rubber match with Gargano at TakeOver Brooklyn 3. And have it be a loser leaves NXT match. So Ciampa won. And no one, even myself, I could not imagine this would be the way the match would finish. Shocking finish, 5.0. I did not expect to give it a 5.0 again. But I have to. I have to give it 5.0. It was better, maybe as better or more better than the match at New Orleans. I thought the match at New Orleans was perfect. This just took their already epic feud to more epic heights tonight. The violence made up for lack of weapon spots in the match in New Orleans. Because if you wanted your weapon spots, you got them tonight in freaking spades. The violence, the intensity, the storytelling, everything was just mwah. The crowd was hot. Everything about this match was perfect. Again, like the New Orleans match. And it was a different match. You know, it was a different tone with the weapons being used. And I love the callbacks. The callback to last year, like kind of replicating the ending frame by frame. And then the reversal. Gargano during the airway crash to Ciampa through 2 tables. Especially after Ciampa did the epic heel move of whipping Gargano's already man off and spinning on it, throwing in the crowd. Epic heel move right there. So, mwah. How the hell is Main Roster going to top this? They're going to try, but there is no try. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's my thoughts on NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. Once again, my overall event rating is 7.5 out of 10. 3 awesome matches, 2 good matches, and 1 epic main event. I feel bad for all the people in main event tomorrow night. Backlash sucked horribly, and they already have a lot of pressure. This is the second multi-branded pay-per-view since they started doing all multi-branded pay-per-views. And Backlash sucked. They needed a top Backlash. You know, they needed to make up for Backlash. But now, not only do they have the pressure of topping a shitty-ass pay-per-view and making up for a shitty-ass Backlash, and also making up for the fact that last year's Money in the Bank was they once again have pressure to, once again, try, and that's a key word, is try to top another epic NXT TakeOver. It's going to be tough. And they may fail again. Especially now it's going to be a 4-hour show. A 4-hour show! Dang it. This is 2.5. It was awesome. Again. So, there you go. So, with that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you for my Money in the Bank review. Bye-bye.